Okay, I just don't know how we start today's episode, Riley. Like,
Like, can I just ask you a personal question? Why do you hate women? What do women ever do to you?
and welcome to the Placeholder Podcast.
Oh my God, we're live. What?
Yeah,
What?
sorry, we're live.
Yeah, no.
Dang it, dang it, really.
If you don't know, right? Just like moments ago, Stealth admitted that he hates the Barbie film. He thinks it's one of the worst anti-men films ever. He admitted to hating women. He says he looks up to Ben Shapiro and his opinions about how terrible the Barbie film is. I think that is a disgrace. I, for one, am a Ken believer.
Hey, Riley,
Yeah.
come on. I haven't even seen the Barbie movie. That part's not true. Um,
I don't know if this is a spoiler. It probably is. It's so funny. At the end of the film, Ken has a
we're-
jumper as like "can believe," and it's so funny. It's really, really funny. Highly recommend it. Really good
uh,
film.
but yeah, welcome to the. Wait, what's our podcast called again?
I think it's called the Placeholder Podcast.
Cool. Welcome to the Placeholder Podcast. I'm Stealth or Stealthfuck or Stealthfuck Dude, or I don't think I have any other usernames. I don't know. If you know me on Dennis and P, I'm just some pig boy.
I know your real name.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. This is Riley or Classic Riley or
Killian.
Killian or
The name's
He
going
used-
popular right now with Killian Murphy.
also. Oh yeah, that's true. He also used to. Wait, isn't also formerly Dawn Soap?
That's my film name. That's my film name.
Oh, it's Killian Dawn Soap O'Reilly.
Yeah. That was my
You know
acting
what?
star phase. When I used to
That
make
makes
films.
sense. That makes sense. Yeah, welcome to the Placeholder Podcast, episode 2. Because we got enough support and enough people liked episode 1, but we've got episode 2. As you can see today, we don't have any gameplay because we're experimenting here. We're experimenting. It's a podcast. You're not supposed to have stuff. I mean, you can.
I mean,
That's
you're
not
just bad at parkour.
I'm also just bad at parkour. So today, we're not doing any of that. We're just having this static image in a YouTube video. If you're watching this on a podcast, which we may do this week, that really depends on if I remember.
It's gonna get good retention, guys. Make sure to listen to the end. I mean, we're
Yes.
probably gonna talk about nothing, but you should listen to the end anyway.
But before you leave, because, bad retention, make sure you subscribe. Not just to support us, but so that we can become the best placeholder podcast.
Why do we want to become the best placeholder podcast? We're the only placeholder podcast.
You would think. So, funny story, chat. Sorry, chat, I'm used to streaming on Twitch. Twitch.tv. That's so talk, dude. Funny story, dear listeners. Last week, after recording our first episode, you may remember that we called it What the Podcast? Well, when making the channel and the ad for it, we found that What the Podcast's ad was taken. So then we were thinking, man, what do we call it now? So then we saw that the app for the placeholder podcast wasn't taken. So we just assumed, hey, if a YouTube app of the placeholder podcast is not taken, then probably there's no channel with that name, right? Because you'd be dumb to not have the app when you're like the only podcast of that name, right? Right, Riley?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like a common name.
Yeah. And then right after we changed it and secured the app, and right as I scheduled the video, I realized, oh fuck, there's another placeholder podcast.
Dun, dun, dun.
We already have the app, so I'm not going to change it.
I mean, we probably have more subscribers than the other one, don't we?
We don't. They have 24. We're at 13. So please subscribe so we can beat them.
11 more subscribers. I mean, I think we can do it. It's not like we're not you. Oh, that sounds so bad. I feel like I'm putting you down. It's not like there's an actual YouTube expert here that like works in the editing game and like literally works with decent names that people would recognize, I'd say.
Wait, I didn't know Luca Tony worked with decent names that people might recognize.
Yeah, I can't name drop. I can't name drop. It's not good for the ego. It's not good for the
Fair.
ego.
Fair.
I'm trying to belittle my ego as much as possible. My ego's
Yeah.
a little too high.
But yes, please subscribe so we can become the #1 placeholder podcast on YouTube. Also, in case the other placeholder podcast is listening, we're sorry. We didn't mean to copy you. We don't have anything against you, but we're gonna keep you at, cause like, come on, I'm sure you guys are great. I haven't listened to your episode yet. I don't know if I will. I might. I have a lot of free time lately.
Did someone say
So,
drama?
drama podcast beef.
Do do do.
Yeah. But you can be the real true placeholder podcast. We can be the placeholder podcast.
I don't agree to those terms.
Hey, maybe someday we'll have actual podcast beef. We'll have them on. But
Yeah.
I don't think they know we exist yet,
No.
which is important. But yeah, as I alluded to earlier today, we have a guest. We have Luca Tony, or Luca Tony 0708, or I don't know if he has any other names on the podcast today. He's not here right now, obviously, because we had to address this very important drama.
Yes. Yes. So when are we getting Luca in? Wait.
How about now?
Hello.
Luca,
Oh my god.
welcome to the podcast.
Is that Luca Tony?
Hello. How's everybody? How you guys doing?
Wait, this isn't papacy.
I would hope not.
It's my favorite Argentinian. How's it going?
It's
Yeah.
going great. I'm honored to be the first guest.
Yeah, and it's my least favorite person I've been on a podcast with before.
Ooh,
That's-
drama.
Oh,
Yes.
come on, man. Come on, man. You know, was it personal?
Sure it wasn't.
Address the T. Address the T.
So for context, chat. Me and Luca have known each other. I want to say it's been like 2-3 years at this point. I could be wrong.
Since the episode?
No, since we've known each other in general.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, no.
Yeah, so we would have this running joke because his name is Luca Tony. My name is Stealth Hawk. You combine them, you get Tony Hawk.
Mhm.
So we were gonna make a podcast called the Tony Hawk Podcast, where we would clickbait Tony Hawk fans, but we would really only talk about Spider-Man.
Would you talk about Spider-Man going on skateboards?
No, that's too close to Tony
Yeah.
Hawk. We don't want to confuse people. We want to reel them in, but we want them to be really frustrated that we clickbaited them, so they would comment that, hey, this isn't Tony Hawk. Yeah, makes sense to me.
Mhm.
And then Luca decided to start his own podcast without me, without even telling me about it, called the Space Out Podcast.
To be fair, in my defense, the Space Out podcast existed before I knew you. It's just that I also stopped doing it. And then yeah, you know.
That is fair.
I think
That
the
is
real
fair.
question is, why did you not invite Stealth Hawk to move to actually, I don't want to dox you to America. Why did you not invite Stealth Hawk to America, huh? You guys could have been like doing podcasts all the time.
Yeah, I played in an esports tournament for you, Luca.
That is true. We did play. We did become the fall goats.
We did.
Those are some good times right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, so Luca launches his podcast, but the Space Out Podcast. And he promised that I would be the first online guest, because all his other guests were friends in real life. And unfortunately, I don't live in America.
That is correct.
Yes. And then we film our episode. I'm not gonna lie, I was so excited. I think we had a great time. This was September, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Almost a year ago at this point.
He's been holding the grudge for this long.
I have. And we were talking about Spider-Man and stuff. This was when I was doing my Spider-Man Deathless run. Funnily enough, like right after we finished that podcast episode, I like beat it. So the episode that was out of date like immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Yes. And then, Luca, what happened?
Well, life got in the way, basically.
Oh, I
And
thought the
never
file got
posted it.
corrupted.
So, to be honest, I've never broken my promise. You're still the first online guest because I haven't posted anybody else.
That is true. So, you told me the file got corrupted or something.
Yes. That eventually, once I got back to it, if a file did get corrupted, and I was like, oh, well, that's unfortunate.
That's fair.
And I wanted
Wait, so
and eventually I wanted to post it again, and then life got in the way. Yeah.
that is fair. So what I'm hearing is I killed the Space Out podcast.
Yes. It's all your
Yes.
fault, Stealth Hawk.
We did it just for us, just so we could have our podcast, Riley. We killed our competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna doing it with the placeholder podcast soon.
Yes, the placeholder podcast. Because look, you probably may not know this. There's another placeholder podcast.
There is?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You know how YouTube has ads?
Uh-huh.
They don't have the at of the placeholder podcast.
Oh.
We have the at. But they've been doing this much longer than us, and their at is the real true placeholder podcast.
We should
But
sell
the
it to them for money.
Yeah, we should.
We should extort them. Sorry, I never said that. That'll get me in trouble with YouTube.
Oh my god,
But-
yeah. The placeholder. Oh my god. What the?
So they didn't take the at. Like why not? It was right there. And it's such a clean name. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's a pretty decent podcast name for placeholder podcast. It has everything people love. It has alliteration, it has the word podcast, it has words, everything that's perfect for a title. They don't have the app. So we have the app. So they may be the first ones, but we're gonna be the better ones. We're gonna get more subscribers. We just need
12
like
more.
11 more.
12 more.
12.
And we
12?
beat them.
I'm so baffled. Have they does the person I have to ask, does no one know who the placeholder podcast person is?
We've never met them.
We just
They
haven't
have no
researched into them.
affiliation to they have no affiliation to anybody in like our friend group.
No.
No, they're just
No.
a random bunch of guys somewhere in the world.
They're American. That's all we know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
How would you
Well,
like to
we're
be
better.
a henchman or a hitman for us, Luca?
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
all spy.
Again,
I'm,
this is a joke. I am not encouraging violence, YouTube. Please don't get me in trouble considering a lot of my job is with a lot of big creators.
That is true. But yeah, Luca, now that we've addressed my problems with you,
Mhm.
how are you doing? It's been a while since we've spoken, just in
That's
general.
true, yeah. We show up to each other's streams, but we don't really spoke in VC. So I've
Because you
been
haven't streamed in like ages.
yeah. I've made the very difficult decision in my head to because I'm currently so wait, let's start from the beginning. Let's do
Yes.
this one more time. So in May, I started my internship. Poggers.
Mhm.
Really cool.
Yes.
But that also means I have now a 9 to 5, which means I have a lot less time to dedicate for content, whether that is streaming or videos. So I had to make like a difficult decision where it's just like, well, do I dedicate more time to stream, or do I dedicate those like 2 or 4 hours a week that I would stream on working on a video or scripts? And I decided, well, Twitch still has really bad SEO for finding new people, so the better way for me to grow as a creator is probably just working on videos. So
Mhm.
until I finish my internship, which takes up a lot more time than my classes do, I'm probably just gonna do videos and then the off like random stream every now and again. But it
That's
has
fair.
paid dividends because I brought back my my one of my most successful like stuff, one of my most successful series on my channel.
Yes.
And they've been doing numbers, except the one that I posted yesterday, which hasn't been doing great. But
Well, that means that chat. Sorry, I keep saying chat, but listeners, if you like Genshin, or if you like Luca Tony, or if you like people, you like the color blue, go check out his YouTube channel. I'll post a link in the description if I remember. One of you remind me to do that later. I have really bad memory.
So, out of
100%.
curiosity, what's your internship, if I can ask? If you're okay publicly saying it.
I won't say exactly what it is.
Okay,
But I
fair.
will say it is. I'm studying software engineering, so it is software engineering related.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah,
Yo, engineering squad, let's go.
yeah, it's fun.
He's got, well, depends on the person. We have software with you, mechanical with me.
And then I'm the dropout.
Yes. 2 engineers and a dropout. New podcast name coming
Yeah.
soon.
That should be the title: 2 engineers and a drop. I mean,
Maybe.
last week's podcast, I was like, "Don't do your dreams. It's not worth
It's
it."
not worth it.
Yes.
Damn, that's cold hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but funnily enough, people cared more about my parkour skills than
Yeah.
Riley telling you not to follow your dreams.
I mean, I didn't say people not to follow their dreams. I think you just got to be smart with following your dreams.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
the parkour was pretty bad.
It was. It was. I'm never doing it again, at least on camera.
Parkour is hard,
But
man.
it is. But what's really funny was you can see, and I don't know if you've watched episode 1 of a podcast. It's okay if you haven't.
I haven't watched all of it. I started watching it. Like I did it like I do every other podcast. I put it in the background while I was working on something else.
That's
And
good.
then
That's ideal.
I got exhausted and I went to bed and then I forgot to finish it.
That's fair. It'd be really awkward if you said you didn't watch it, Riley.
Yeah,
We'd have to just cancel this whole
I
thing.
know.
Oh,
It's
Find a new
shocking.
guest.
that's
Shocking.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, like Riley literally passes me at like a good 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, all I do now is I just edit videos and I do parkour to get ideas. Literally.
You see,
It's
instead
good.
of hey, it works. Yeah.
Good mental
it's-
reset. It's like art.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right music, guys, listening to the parkour, getting your creative inspiration.
See, I don't do that with parkour. I will either boot up Spider-Man and just roam around the city because I literally, it's weird. I call myself a variety streamer, right?
Uh-huh.
But pretty much every stream is some form of Spider-Man.
Luca, did you know what happened to me when I was in Brighton with Stealth?
Oh yes.
Maybe. What are you talking about? Hold on.
So I met up with Stealth in Brighton in the UK, and he
Uh-huh.
brought
Yes.
his Spider-Man mask everywhere. So he showed it to my parents.
Uh-huh.
He wore it in the cinema. He
Yes.
wore it on there's Brighton has a famous pier. He wore it on the pier. He wore it on the
Yes.
bridge, and we did a photo shoot while he was
Honestly,
in the Spider-Man mask.
Yeah.
honestly, I respect the dedication to the bit.
Hey, it's important. Important.
Yeah.
And then I wore it at Comic-Con, but that's like not surprising. It's Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I gotta commit. I have to. Like, what if like J. Jonah Jameson was around? You're taking a picture. You gotta have a mask on.
Exactly.
That's what the mask is. That's what the point of the mask is.
Oh god, no.
Actually, did I ever tell you guys what I cosplayed last year at Comic Con?
Minecraft Steve.
So okay, yeah. So it's really
Oh.
funny. I was invited as a content creator to Dublin Comic Con, and I dressed up in like a light blue t-shirt, and I had a Minecraft torch, and no one knew I was in cosplay. And then eventually, I get like a photo in front of like a Stranger Things set, and the girl that works there is about to take a photo, and then she just looks at me, and they're like, "Wait, you're Steve?" And I'm like, "Finally!" Only one person got it, but that was a happy moment for me.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of conventions, now, Riley, I'm not sure if you have experience hosting events, but Luca Tony, granted, he's our only guest we've ever had, at least right now. So far, he's our best guest because he has
You take those.
no competition, but we love victories by default.
Hell yeah.
But now this is like last year, but you hosted your own game show at a convention,
I did. It was
which last I checked, Riley hasn't done yet.
L,
Sure.
honestly.
Sure.
But yeah, no, it was a mess. Let me be frank. It's really difficult to host a game show. It's surprisingly difficult.
No, trust, I can imagine.
Yeah, there was so many like last second like, oh, actually we can't really do that. So we had to modify a lot of the game show like the day of or the day before. Uh, so it's a miracle it went as smooth as it did. Uh,
Yeah.
I was so nervous that it was gonna be bad, and then I go on Twitter and everyone's like, "Yeah, it was awesome," and I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad people enjoyed it."
That's good.
Yeah, it was great. I remember watching the stream of it on, it was DreamHack, right?
Yeah.
on the DreamHacks Twitch, and you just have a bunch of us from like Classic and stuff just cheering on our boy Luca Tony.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Just
Yeah,
like, let's freaking go.
I went back on the stream on the VOD and I saw y'all in the chat and I was so like it was so wholesome. I said thank you back then and I say thank you once again. I can never be thankful
Yes.
enough.
Yes. And I know, granted, this is like a year ago. You talked about maybe doing something similar to that. Obviously, now you're probably
Doing
really
something what?
busy. A similar game show, bring it back somehow.
Yeah, I tried for DreamHack this year, but
Yeah,
DreamHack this year was a lot more. They had like Tyler One was there, Hungrybox was there. There was like a lot of big names compared to
wasn't
last year.
Ludwig there? Or
So yeah, they didn't have space for me, for little me, sadly.
damn, that's an L. DreamHack. DreamHack, what are you doing?
We're calling out
It happened.
DreamHack now.
We're going to cancel DreamHack.
No.
DreamHack Dallas. Wait, we're coming for you.
Oh God.
You don't understand the power we have. I'm Spider-Man, DreamHack. I will come and I will web you up for not having my friend host a game show again because he did a great job last year.
Hey, DreamHack. I mean none of that. If you ever need to employ a good editor, someone that has experience in social media, hit me up. You know, I'm
Yeah.
always free.
Real.
Always take that job opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. If DreamHack, if you ever want to host a game show, I'm your guy too.
Just don't
And
hire
then also-
yourself. He'll
you
threaten
know
you.
what? You're right. I will threaten you. I'm not sorry, DreamHack. I'm not sorry. But so in terms of just the stuff that you've done with content creation, would you say that the game show at DreamHack ranks at the top of just the coolest shit you've done?
Oh,
Or is there
probably.
anything else? What
That-
else would you say comes close to that?
It's either that or the charity streams. They're not like as conventionally cool, right? But
Yeah.
I've been trying to up the game every time for like each consequent like charity stream. Like the
Mm-hmm.
first one was just me chilling in my room. The second one I got friends over and I had like the secondary camera in like the other room for us to hang out and do like other like with the other things with more room in. Uh
Yeah.
so like I'm trying to one up them every time. I don't know how I can one up having two rooms considering now I'm in my own apartment with like, I guess I could do three rooms if I count the kitchen as a room.
Did someone
But
say cooking stream? Sorry.
yeah, cooking stream.
He's done a cooking stream before. We could do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Cooking stream blindfolded.
Wow,
Oh.
that sounds like a hazard. That sounds like I would get banned for that.
You only get banned if you hurt yourself doing
Okay,
it.
hear me out. Hear me out. Cooking stream blindfolded while drunk.
I didn't think about it like that.
Banger idea. You gotta admit. Gotta admit. Banger idea. This is why the professionals hire me. At me, Kill Riley on Twitter if you want some more amazing streaming ideas.
That's fair.
We'll do. We'll do.
I mean, look, you know what you could do for your charity stream?
Uh-huh.
Come to Europe.
Oh my god. That's a very expensive charity stream.
You'll make for profit. The charity's Luca Tony, right? That's where the charity money goes to.
I must clarify that is a joke.
No, it is a joke.
If you came to Europe, where would you go? Where would you visit?
I'm actually, funnily enough, I'm going to Europe in August. But
Oh,
What?
I'm going to Amsterdam in Italy.
Oh, nice. I might be going. I'm going to Amsterdam in August.
Wait, what? Wait,
I'm
what?
going.
Wait.
I'm going. I still haven't booked tickets yet, but I'm meant to be going kind of towards the end-ish.
I'm going at the early bit
Ah,
because I start classes at the end of August. That's
fair,
unfortunate.
fair.
Wait, so look, you're actually coming to Europe and you're not visiting us?
No,
What?
sadly, no.
Dang it. Dang it, Riley. You see this guy? He just doesn't
Nope.
want to visit us.
You, me, Ryanair. Let's go. Let's go Italy. Italy's a nice place. We'll just
Italy's
jump
beautiful.
on Luca Tony's holiday.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're going on a holiday, right?
Yeah, I'm going with my
You going
family
with your-
before they move out of Dallas. So
That's fair. I mean, I've met Riley's family. Might as well meet all my friends' families.
yeah, exactly.
be like the Infinity Gauntlet, but instead of stones, it's just my friends' families.
That may sound like you're like murdering families or something.
Disclaimer: I am not murdering families. Riley's parents are both alive.
My parents still talk about you all the time as well.
Yes, let's go.
They're
Pretty
always
good
like,
impression.
"How's he doing? I hope he's doing well. He was a nice chap."
Oh,
That's evidence that I make good impressions.
Mm.
So hey, if you want me to meet your parents,
let's go.
yeah.
Also, I haven't gone to
Yes.
Europe before. It's just
Oh.
I've never gone to Europe since I've met you guys.
Mhm.
I've gone to
Mhm.
Europe multiple times.
So when are you
I want
coming to
that.
Ireland or the UK,
Or
huh?
yeah.
That's a good question.
It's like, we're definitely getting a streamer house, right, Riley?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Because Riley wants to move to London.
true.
It's
That's-
so funny you say that because I've had multiple friend groups say like, "Yo, let's get a streamer house." My friends over here also were like, "Yo, let's get like a house all together. We can have like streams and shit at the same time." It's like, I mean, sure, but who the hell's gonna pay for the house?
Yeah, the one thing I've
yeah.
learned about content houses, don't do them. Don't do them
They're
unless
very
your
expensive.
friends. Well, it's not even they're expensive. It's just they always fail massively unless you're actually friends, like actual friends with the people like really close. Like if you didn't stream or do anything and you could live with them, it's great. If you only just do content stuff, everyone usually ends up hating each other. And like I remember I studied so many different content houses and streamer houses. It usually goes crazy a bit.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's just it's a lot of clashing personalities because
Yeah.
to be a content creator, you have to be very boisterous, very not in like a bad way, but like I have no other way to put it, but like very egotistical in a way. You have to care a lot about yourself and
Yeah,
your
I call
image.
I call like all of this kind of sensationalism.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
like it at all. That's my biggest critique about the content creator world. It's
yeah.
very sensationalistic.
Yeah, it could definitely be like that.
It'd be like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
But yeah, so streamer house now. So you're going to the Netherlands and Italy, going with your family. You excited?
I am. I've never been to the Netherlands and I love Italy. I've been there before and it was awesome. So, yes.
Where are you going
Plus
in
it's
Italy?
probably what?
Where are you going into Italy?
Uh That's actually a good question. I can't remember what 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 little area it was, but I'm pretty sure it's the northern bits of
Oh,
Italy.
nice. If you
Yeah.
get to go to Venice, highly recommend it. Amsterdam's lovely as
Oh,
well.
yeah. I've
Venice is the water one, right? The
Y-
water place in Italy.
Yeah,
yeah. I've been to
Cool,
Venice. It's beautiful.
yeah, I
nice.
love Venice.
See, I don't know much about Italy, but I know one thing.
Uh-huh.
So you guys know tiramisu?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's the same in America, but I'm pretty sure, well, in England, most recipes have alcohol in it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But when you go to Italy, they don't put alcohol in it.
No. Traditional tiramisu doesn't have alcohol in it.
Damn.
Yeah. So my sister and my brother-in-law were in Italy on holiday.
Mhm.
They were asking the restaurant people if the tiramisu with alcohol in it, because they don't take alcohol.
Mhm.
And the waiter was like, "What you on about?
Yeah.
Why would you put alcohol in tiramisu? Are you joking?"
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it's the same with
Yeah.
spaghetti bolognese. They don't do spaghetti bolognese over there.
No. It's
Just
like
fun.
it's blasphemy, really.
Yeah. I'm still pissed off because I've only been to Venice now in Italy and I loved it, but the food sucked so bad there. Like I read it up online afterwards. Venice is the only city in like Italy where they say you'll get bad food.
I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
really want to go back to Italy just to try some good food.
That is
Yeah,
insane. I mean, hey, we'll just crash this holiday.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're not crashing any holiday. I will take you guys coming with me any day, anytime.
Hey, let's go. I
All
mean,
right.
I really want to visit the States and I'm hoping the company I'm interning for will like say, hey, you should come to America. So we'll see. I'd be
That'll be
going to
hype.
California, but I'd try and do like a pit stop in Texas if you're around.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to do in Texas, but I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, Riley, you reminded me of something that I also want to talk about.
Oh,
So, as you guys know, San Diego Comic Con's a big thing.
Oh yeah.
That's my dream place to go, dream convention, San Diego Comic Con.
Mhm.
I will go eventually. Stealth takes SDCC one day, but the other day I got a message from Papacy.
Mhm.
Small plug there.
Come on, boy.
Yeah, small plug. Papacy, if you're watching this or listening to this, hi.
How
And
much?
he was telling me
How much did he pay you
about.
for this?
He doesn't pay me. He just doesn't bully me if I plug his content.
You know.
I'm joking, Prophecy, don't worry. He was telling me about a future Comic Con, and I think it's San Diego or just in general. But Comic Con's going on a cruise in 2025.
oh really?
Oh,
Yeah. So 2025 Comic Con cruise trip.
I wouldn't say no to that actually.
that would be hype,
I would.
honestly.
I wouldn't say no to that. Like us free and Papacy take Comic Con. That'd be great. And I already know the guy who writes Superior Spider-Man. Me and him are like best friends.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's only two people from America. I think two people are from America. I really want to meet. One's Papa C, and two's you, Luca. I would love to meet both you guys.
Yeah.
I really thought you were just gonna say someone else.
Yeah.
And forget Luca for
That
a
would be
bit.
such a dick move. You imagine? Oh yeah, I wanted to be American person.
Yeah, Ryan Trahan.
Yeah, Ryan. He was. I
Ryan
still
Tra-
find it funny that he was like in the local petrol station nearby.
Yeah.
That is so weird to me. And I was editing his content as well the same day. Anyway, sorry.
That's why.
Yeah, because you see, Riley doesn't work for Ryan Trahan,
No.
but he works for people who work for Ryan Trahan.
Yeah.
At least that's how I describe it.
It's funny because Papa C just randomly messaged me one day and he was like, "So, do you work for Ryan Trahan?" And I just responded back with a question mark. And he was like, "Stealth says that you work for Ryan Trahan." And I'm like, "No, I don't work for Ryan Trahan. I might like, I claim to work for Ryan Trahan, but I don't actually work for Ryan Trahan. It's just like a terrible brag. I just edited in a class that he once taught at, in an online content creator school thing."
Hey, that means you work for Ryan Trahan.
I've worked with
Yeah.
Eric, Ryan Trahan, Zach King, Yes Siri, all the gangsters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm best friends with the guy who writes Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Real.
We have all the connections.
Actually, I wanted to ask you guys because I don't think we talked about this on the last podcast. Have you
Oh.
guys seen about what's it called, Spider-Man Lotus coming out? I was curious to get your thoughts on it after
This
obviously all
is
the
perfect.
controversy.
Is it
Okay.
coming out?
Yeah, it's
coming
been
out, yeah.
announced. Yeah, it's coming out next month, I think.
Oh, well, yeah. August 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for context, viewers, I'm really trying not to say chat here. Spider-Man Lotus is a Spider-Man fan film. Focusing around, I think, canonically speaking, Peter just lost Gwen, so it's him dealing with grief.
Yeah, I think you're
And
right.
I'm gonna be honest, the trailers look really good.
Yeah.
They showed this VFX scene from a final swing. That shit looks better than the movies. I'm not even joking there.
It
Yeah.
does. Oh, it looks so pretty.
But the problem with Spider-Man Lotus now, and I'm not gonna comment on any confirmations because I haven't fully been invested in the story, but apparently, director was racist. The main actor who plays Peter Parker did a bunch of racist thingies, and the main person who played the Great Goblin did a bunch of racist thingies. If I'm incorrect in any of that, I'm sorry. I don't mean to misread any information, but yeah, a lot of bad news associated with Spider-Man Lotus.
Yeah.
But I still want to watch it, you know?
I always say, hate the artist, love the art.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, is it coming out like on? It
YouTube.
can't be sold, right? Because it's a
No,
fan
I
film
think
that doesn't
it's
have
gonna
any
be free.
Yeah.
rights. So
Yeah. It's gonna be
I
on
see.
YouTube for free.
Huh.
Um,
Well,
I think
guess-
I think the funny thing out of it all though with the controversy the director of Spider-Man Lotus, he met up with the director of Homecoming and the No Way
Oh,
Home
yeah,
Marvel films.
yeah, better DM
Yeah,
exchange.
and like he acted like really wholesome to him, and like the director was fully supporting him. Spider-Man No Way Home director was like, "This is so awesome to see. I support it completely." And then the director of Spider-Man Lotus, it was leaked where I think he pretty much just talked bad about the Spider-Man Marvel films and how bad the director was, and you're like, "Damn,
Oh
that's
no.
awful. That's so bad."
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And look, even if the people are shitty behind it, I just in terms of the VFX behind it, I really want to see it because that swinging scene that they did, which is completely CG,
I
Yeah,
and these
it's
aren't even
incredible.
studios. It's genuinely a best swinging sequence in a Spider-Man film since Andrew, maybe
yeah, there
Garfield, to be clear. But yeah,
They were some pretty good shots actually in the Andrew Garfield films. I like really good shots.
hmm
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that's Spider-Man Lotus.
Yeah.
Now to talk about something Spider-Man related with less racism, Spider-Man 2, Luca, the game.
Oh, oh my god. Okay, so I haven't watched the trailer you sent me, right? The
What
the what's it called? The story trailer,
story
right?
trailer?
Yeah. I
How
haven't
dare?
watched it simply because I was gonna watch it. I was gonna record my reaction to it. And then I had like an epiphany, a moment of like maybe not. Um I was like, actually, I'm just gonna go into the game with zero context for the story. I'm just gonna
That is
experience
smart.
it as if it was a movie that I've never seen a trailer for. And then I'm gonna get surprised by like the setup and then like the twists and all that stuff with no setup at all.
You know what? That's
I
smart.
still can't believe Iron Man came out at the end and it revealed
No.
Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be in it. That's gonna be like a sick guy.
Yeah, and then Barbie and Oppenheimer make an appearance,
Oh
and they
yeah,
beat Craven the Hunter. Like, jeez.
I'm
I can't
so
believe
excited
they
for the
I
Craven
can't
Hunter
believe they
film.
nuked New York City at the end of the
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. Okay.
Have any of you guys seen the Barbie over Oppenheimer films?
I've not.
I've convinced my friend to watch Barbie with me because I don't want to watch it alone because I'm not
Fair.
confident enough to be a straight guy watching a Barbie movie.
I mean, I went to it today. I brought my mother with me.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you
that's
went with your
awesome.
mother.
Yeah.
Also, well, I don't know if your mother's watching this, but hi, Mrs. Riley, or Riley. You're great. Hope you had a good time watching the movie.
She did.
Yeah.
She thought it was one of her favorite films she's seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
But
it's pretty good. Like obviously it's a Barbie movie. It's goofy.
Yeah,
It's
oh,
not supposed to
it's
be taken
really
seriously.
goofy, but it's very fun. I thought it was brilliant. I really thought the message was good. I saw some people say it was very anti-men. I didn't. I actually disagree with that completely. I just thought it was a great film overall.
Huh.
yeah. I'm probably gonna watch it like next week, assuming my friend is still down. But I generally do want to watch it. The cast is amazing.
Yeah, the cast is stacked. Both
So you
movies
guys
have
know
stacked
Ryan.
casts.
That's true. You guys know Ryan Gosling, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always had the idea that he was like his demeanor was similar to DiCaprio, where fairly serious demeanor, isn't really a silly guy. Because a bunch of his roles before were pretty serious,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, Blade Runner, all that stuff.
And then in the promo for the Barbie movie, he just mentions that one of the reasons he took role of Ken was because he saw a photo of Ken being face first in a bunch of mud,
Yeah.
and he was like to the director, "I will be your Ken."
That's why I love the film. Like it kind of addresses all that kind of stuff. It's just brilliant.
He is such a weirdo, and I love that about him.
The one thing is, so you guys haven't seen Oppenheimer, have you?
No.
No, I haven't. I'm probably not gonna watch it to be
I
honest, just
highly
because of funds.
I highly recommend it. It's brilliant, brilliant film. But I
Mhm.
feel so bad for the people that did the double feature where they started off with Oppenheimer first and then Barbie. Cause like I love Oppenheimer. I'm going to see it in 70 mil, 35 mil, and then I'm tempted to fly to the UK to see it in 70 mil IMAX. But anyway, regardless,
Sheesh.
The thing is, it's a heavy film. It's a brilliant heavy film, and like by the end, you're like, we're all gonna die kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, imagine you see that, oh, we're all gonna die, and then next thing you know, you go into like a really fun,
Yeah.
campy Barbie
Come on,
film, and
Barbie. Let's go,
and yeah, like
Barbie.
literally, it's like so funny, and it's like it's so upbeat. And I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't see Oppenheimer first and went straight to Barbie. I took a day gap. I'm so glad I did that. Like, oh my goodness, like it worked the other way around, seeing Barbie first and then
Mhm.
Oppenheimer, but I just it'd be too much to do Oppenheimer and then Barbie, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
that's what I was like, I saw on Twitter a ton of people were like, "Well, obviously you watch Barbie after Oppenheimer so that you come out of the movie theater happy." And it's like, No. If
No.
Oppenheimer will demolish you, I
Yeah.
don't think you can recover from that in, like, 10 minutes.
No, no.
yeah.
But, yeah.
But
I haven't
yeah.
watched either, and I wanna watch both
Mm.
because
Mhm.
Barbie just because it would be funny,
Oh, it's
to watch it
Mhm.
brilliant,
with
yeah.
friends. And Oppenheimer, I mean, it's a Christopher Nolan movie, right? It's gonna
Yeah.
be, at the very least, very good.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Yeah.
it's one of my favorites.
Like genuinely speaking, granted, I haven't seen the movie, but I feel like it's the strongest candidate for Best Picture in when it comes to the
Oh,
Oscars,
I'd
like
say
next
so,
year.
definitely.
Probably.
And I definitely see Cillian Murphy getting Best Actor.
Let's go, Killian, representing the
Let's go,
Killians.
Cillian representation.
Real.
And then maybe Downey gets Best Supporting Actor.
Possibly. He was very good in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I've heard. And
Emily
or
Blunt was very good too.
maybe Ryan Gosling gets Best Supporting Actor for playing
That
Ken in
that
the
would be
Barbie
funny.
movie.
That would be
Honestly, I would support
hilarious.
that. I would support that. Ryan Gosling
Oh
is
please.
amazing. He's like, I want Ryan Gosling to be my spirit animal. He's so funny. Like, I really want
Ryan
to
Gosling.
spoil the film, but I also don't because you should watch it. It's just so funny, though.
But I'll tell you what, Riley. I'll watch it by the time we go to the next podcast, and then we'll just talk about the Barbie
Yeah,
movie.
we'll just talk about Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
The Barbie episode.
yeah,
The
Yes.
Barbenheimer episode.
A
yeah.
Barbenheimer episode. Yeah. But yeah, Barbie was just. Granted, I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard nothing but good stuff about it. It's got John Cena in it. It's got the Doctor, the current Doctor from Doctor
Yeah,
Who in it.
Judy Gatwa.
It has the main villain of the current Disney Marvel
I
show,
saw
Secret Invasion.
that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the main villain, so the Super Skrull, is one of the Kens.
That's amazing.
So there's memes of being like, oh no, the Skrulls have invaded the Barbie movie. Oh no.
And now he's gonna play Bob Marley as well.
He's like Bob Marley.
Yeah.
He's going from Super Skrull villain to Ken to Bob Marley.
Yeah.
That's some range.
Yeah.
That is some range. And like Oppenheimer has a great cast too. Oppenheimer has Josh from Drake and Josh in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Josh Peck. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw him in the trailer, and like I had like whiplash. I was like, "What?" It's like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god."
Did you guys did you guys ever see Diary of a Wimpy Kid growing up?
Yep.
The first three, yes. I've not seen the fourth
Oh
one.
no, I haven't seen the fourth one, but Roderick's in it as well.
Oh yeah, he's in it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Christopher
It's got-
Nolan's seen the film as well, which makes it even better. He loves
Yeah.
Roderick Rules apparently.
Hey, Roger Rose is great.
It's a good film. It's a good film.
Yeah,
You could say it Rose.
it does. It does.
Yeah.
Don't know if I agree with that. Just how cringe that was.
Do you need a new co-host, Riley?
No.
Yes, Luca, let's do it.
Dang
Unfortunately, the
it.
Tony Hawk podcast won't work. So we need, I don't know, we'll need to come up with some good names. Maybe the placeholder 2.0 podcast.
Yeah.
Or the other placeholder podcast.
Yeah.
The other placeholder.
Or the hold placer.
Mm.
No.
Ooh.
But yeah, like both movies have phenomenal casts.
Do
Something I also learned about Oppenheimer was it was the first film to use an IMAX camera to shoot black and white.
it was, yes.
Which
really?
the only other time that's been done is in an Adele music video.
Oh, really? I did not know that actually.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's really interesting. Just visually speaking, and I think Nolan said every shot in Oppenheimer, none of it is CG.
Yeah, no,
which is
everything's like realistic. It only took them 54 days to shoot as well.
that's really
That
impressive
is
Yeah.
for
impressive.
everything being yeah. Because now I am probably in a minority, but still, I feel like I'm in a minority here who still likes most of what Marvel's been putting out lately. But I can't say that the CG is always great.
Yeah, it's CG hasn't been great.
Yeah,
I'll say this, it's got embarrassing from Marvel, the fact that they're having like spending 2, 3, 4, 5 times the budgets of like Oppenheimer and Barbie, and
yeah,
they're like not even comparable in
Yeah.
quality. Like, it's I'm like, it just feels like, the junk food. You know when you get junk food and some junk food's like, oh, that was worth it. That was like, it was a bit pricey. It's like buying Coca Cola. It's nice to have a Coke now and again, and
yeah.
then there's like that cheap cola that's like, I don't know, 20, 30 cent, and you have it. And it doesn't taste nice. You still drink it, but you don't feel good afterwards. You're like, that was not worth the calories, even though it was so cheap.
Hmm.
That's the way I see Marvel right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get your
especially
Now
shit
I
now with
together,
think
Marvel.
especially right now with like Disney Plus, right? If you have a Disney Plus subscription, it is incredibly cheap to watch anything Marvel.
Yeah,
Uh
mhm.
and yeah, it's just like, is it even worth my Disney Plus subscription sometimes?
yeah.
Well, because with Secret Invasion. Now I will say I enjoy Secret Invasion. The only other one of my friends who's watched Secret Invasion enjoys Secret Invasion, but a lot of people don't, and I can understand why. Just because tonally speaking, people the only Disney Plus shows which I feel like get universal praise, which I don't understand because I like a lot more of them, is Loki,
That was decent.
um, WandaVision,
That was decent.
and Moon Knight. Now I like Moon Knight,
I
but
Moon Knight
didn't
is
really
so
like Moon
good.
Knight.
yeah,
The first episode
um,
was really good, I thought, and then
mhm,
I think the episode where he's in the dream world, or what world he's in, like in the
yeah,
afterlife. I thought that was a really good episode too, but the rest of it, I was like, it just felt like I feel like Miss Marvel had the same problem. They deserve to have been movies. Moon Knight and Miss Marvel as a film would have been sick, I think.
no, I agree. And since we mentioned Miss Marvel, gonna shoot my shot again. To the current person who plays Miss Marvel, Iman Vellani. Hello, hi. I like comic books. I'm nerdy. I'm basically the same age as you. If you're ever in London, what's up?
Are you
Um,
are you trying to rizz up the Miss Marvel?
yes, yes. Just give me an in, and I will close.
No?
I believe in myself enough. I can.
Respect.
I'd probably have better chances if she wasn't a movie star now.
That is fair.
But
Why not become a
but yeah,
Marvel movie star?
that's it. I just gotta become the Marvel movie star
See,
now.
I'm a
Have you
filmmaker. We can make some films, Stealth. We can,
That's
but
true.
you'll have to do a
That's
face
true.
reveal. That's the problem.
ah,
I can just be Spider Man.
yeah. You'll make the new Spider-Man Lotus 2, and it's just the entire temp with the spider mask on.
Yeah, exactly. But another interesting thing about Iman Vellani, I promise this isn't just me snipping over her. She's co-writing the new Miss Marvel comic book,
Oh,
where
okay.
they're making Miss Marvel a mutant. Because spoilers for Miss Marvel, she becomes a mutant. She's a mutant in the show. But in the comics, they did this really dumb thing where they killed Miss Marvel in a Peter Parker Spider-Man comic, where she wasn't even really featured in,
Oh, damn.
which is still dumb.
Yeah, that
Because
sounds dumb.
yeah, um, and then she's being brought back as a mutant, which I guess makes sense because they want to tie in with the movies, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Just they got to in a really weird way. But I think it's really cool that Iman Vellani's co-writing that because I was talking about this with Riley. Some actors, they just don't really get their character. It's just a check to them. But
Mhm.
Iman Vellani is a Marvel
Yeah.
fangirl,
It's
so
it's
I
the
think
same
she'll
with
do great.
the Riddler from the Batman film.
Yeah.
I think he wrote a few comics as well, which I thought was really cool.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Paul Dano did.
Yeah.
I know what your in is. Okay. So do you know what you know who this guy's toast is, right?
Yes, this guy's toast.
Do you know his plan to become a do you know his dream?
I don't know his dream.
His dream is to be in a Shang-Chi film.
Oh.
Yo.
And then
Oh,
the way he has thought about it is I just have to be a background actor, right? If I become a background actor enough times, eventually someone will offer me to be like a more prominent role in a Shang-Chi film, like an NPC type person, like the store clerk or whatever that actually has lines. And then he can like cast for like, I don't know, 7 movies down the line to be like Shang-Chi's new friend. So your in is you become a background actor for Miss Marvel season 2, or well, the
Yes.
Marvels has already shot, but the
Yeah.
next Marvels movie,
Yes.
and that's your in.
That's how I'm
There's a
in.
slight flaw in the plan, though. Have
What's
you
the
not heard
flaw?
about the what the studios are trying to do with the AI, where they replace all background actors with
Oh yeah,
AI?
Yeah, the strike that's happening.
Yeah,
yeah. But
that's
even
that's that's a little bit of a problem. You imagine they're replacing
yeah,
all background actors.
Yeah, that would really hurt my chances of ending up with a Mount Villainy. That's the main thing we're concerned about here.
yeah.
Not actors getting pay, just that.
uh,
But babe, for those you don't know, there's currently a massive strike going on with Hollywood. It started off with a writer's strike, and now it's gone on to an actor's strike,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's awesome.
which means
It's been like almost 100 days at this point for the writers, and it's been a couple weeks, I think, for the actors, right?
Yeah, I think it
yeah,
was only like last week or 2 weeks ago.
yeah,
I can't.
which is really like depleted conventions
Oh yeah,
because like a San Diego Comic Con, I feel like there was a more video game focus because video games aren't included in the actor strike yet,
yeah.
which is great because they gave us Spider-Man 2 news, which I won't spoil for you, Luca. I'll just say it looks really good. Oh, you know something that I did find really cool though.
What?
So you guys know the Raimi Spider-Man movies?
Yeah,
Uh huh.
I hate.
Aunt May was striking.
Let's
Oh, I
go.
did see that. That was awesome, actually. I love that.
That's cute.
like,
Even though I hate
like,
the
hey,
Spider-Man films, but that was still cool.
hey, she's still
What?
alive. And B, wait, you hate Spider-Man? Riley, we didn't talk about this before. You hate Spider-Man? What?
I don't like the Tobey Maguire films.
Oh,
So, hey, Luca, you want to replace Riley on the
yeah.
podcast? I
I
can't.
don't like
Tony
Sam
Hawk fan.
Raimi.
The real Tony Hawk
Yes.
podcast starts here right now.
Yes. No,
I don't
but
like Sam Raimi's like films. I it's the same with Doctor Strange. I just like I don't know.
see,
I thought the first Spider-Man film. I rewatched it a couple of years ago, and I was like, this is so outdated and cringe. The second one was better, and then the third one I actually did enjoy, to be fair. But I don't know. Tom Holland's always gonna be my Spider-Man. I love Tom Holland.
Tom Holland
see,
is
I,
really good.
Yeah.
I like Sam Raimi's directing style. Now, I think the main problem with Multiverse of Madness, or as I call it, Multiverse of Midness, because I don't like that movie.
Oh, sorry.
It
Go on.
wasn't really the directing, at least just, I like the cinematography, that's the word.
Hmm.
It's just the story, because you could tell that no one watched WandaVision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even watch the show, and I'm like, come on, put a little bit of effort in. I don't know. I always like believe if you're gonna do work, at least just put the effort in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It'd be like if Luca Toni was a guest on our podcast without watching anything from episode
Yeah.
one.
I look. I have watched a little bit of it.
We saw the
That's
retention earlier,
okay.
Luca Tony. Don't lie.
We
Don't lie.
Retention.
we appreciate anyone watching any minute of the podcast.
I don't. You should watch it to the end, where I tell you
Real.
to give up on your dreams and how
That
life
that
is meaningless.
Oh
yeah.
God.
But that's true. Wait, what was I talking about before the thingy? Quick, still
Oh.
remember.
Before we move on,
Yes,
to wrap up the Marvel bit.
yes.
Yeah, I haven't watched most of the new stuff. I'm gonna be for real.
That's okay.
I haven't watched any of Phase 5 really. I haven't watched Ant-Man. I haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy. I haven't watched Miss Marvel, even though I heard it's pretty good. I haven't watched She-Hulk, even though I heard it's all right. And I haven't watched Secret Invasion either.
Okay. So
I'll be honest. With She-Hulk, I feel like I tricked myself and think, you know what? She-Hulk is awesome. I love She-Hulk. And then looking back, I'm like, it was a really bad show. I don't know. I'm like, it just felt like I feel they could have done so much better with the She-Hulk show. I don't know. I was
see,
disappointed by it.
I will summarize my thoughts on all the stuff that Luca just mentioned. We'll go chronologically. Miss Marvel started really good. The ending wasn't great. Iman Filoni, call me. One after that. What's one after that? I want to say it was She-Hulk. Now I think She-Hulk's okay, but I would prefer She-Hulk if it wasn't canon. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Just because it's too tonally different, so I feel like where it actually setting up stuff just feels weird to me.
Mhm.
Now I will say She-Hulk has Daredevil in it, and I love Daredevil. So the episodes of She-Hulk which Daredevil are in it, best episodes on television, just period, because it's got Daredevil.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I can't say She-Hulk's bad because I love Daredevil. Charlie Cox, if you're ever at a convention, let me know.
I think the
You're
new
also trying to
Daredevil is gonna be bad
No, Riley, don't say this.
because like
Don't say
apparently
this.
Echo is going to be really bad too, and I think Daredevil's gonna be in it.
Different writing teams.
Yeah, but
Different
I don't know.
writing
I
teams,
just don't
Riley.
have faith in it. I really feel like the way Disney have been doing their shows the last few years, it's gonna go downhill. I think they should have. I think they've been focusing too much on comedy and not
Yeah,
enough on being dark. Like know they're
yeah.
doing it with Secret Invasion, but I think it's a little too late. Like Endgame was perfect in tone, and like
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, I thought was perfect in tone, but then it felt
Oh
like
yeah.
I don't know. She-Hulk was completely comedy, which is fair. I like that's one show you do want it to be a comedy, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just felt like Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't even remember that it's like I was so disappointed by that film. That was when
Yeah.
I gave up on Marvel because the thing was they had such a good opportunity to make it like comedic but still like really heavy hitting with the cancer diagnosis of
He's
Jane,
the
and they did
he's
a
the God
really bad
Butcher.
job.
Yeah.
I think Bale did a good job in that movie, but still.
I felt
Yeah.
so bad for Bill because he's
That's
such a good actor. That's
He
my like
is.
saddest thing. It's like Christian Bale for the longest time was like, I'm not doing a Marvel film. And then he joins Marvel Cinematic Universe to play the one of the sickest fucking Thor characters ever.
yeah.
But it's on like one of the goofiest movies in the entire MCU. It's not like a very
Yeah.
serious character. Like it's not taken very seriously when like Christian Bale is a very serious actor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But in terms of the other projects aside from four, what other projects are there? Quantum Mania, I think that's the next one. Um,
Mhm.
I think Quantum Mania is an okay movie. I'm gonna be honest, the CG is horrible,
Oh,
and I think it's okay. Not that I'd say it's good. It's probably my least favorite of the Ant-Man trilogy. And actually, no, I can talk spoilers. It's been months.
Yeah.
So Kang is supposed to be your next Avengers level threat,
yeah,
but Ant-Man beats him.
that's bizarre.
And
That's
and
bizarre.
sure, and sure, you can say, yeah, but that's not the main Kang. We're gonna fight the whole council. But the council is scared of this one Kang.
Oh god.
So if Ant-Man beats him, and he's Ant-Man, like I love Paul Rudd, but he's Ant-Man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
then
honestly
why?
have you because I really liked the way they did it with Loki. I didn't like the whole season of Loki. I loved like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then it kind of like the
Yeah.
fourth and fifth was a bit meh, and then the sixth episode was excellent. But have you guys seen the leaked trailer of season 2 of Loki from back in last September?
I have
Oh
not.
yeah, because it was in I think so.
Yeah, they showed it like the trailer last September, October. I watched it on TikTok. It looked really like the way the music was presented. It looked like really interesting and scary and sinister, like with Kang and how he's this big threat. And I'm like thinking, again, I don't know, Marvel. Like I don't know how you'd market a Loki movie. To be fair, I think a Loki series is a good idea, but I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know. I really like the Loki Kang angle, and I really,
Mm-hmm.
from the looks of it, they did a really bad job of introducing him into Ant Man.
Well, because I think he does a good job as Kang, but because originally the ending was supposed to be that Kang escapes the quantum realm and Scott and Hope get stuck in the quantum realm.
I think
Whoa.
that would be
Which,
cool, but they can't do that straight into Phase 5. Like you can't just like, oh,
but we
we'll
need.
do this in like 3 or 4 years conclusion. It would have to work as like end of Phase 5, I think, if they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Unless
but
they
we would
have
need to
more
set him
stuff
up.
with Kang.
Mm-hmm.
planned as like after credits or whatever
Yeah.
for every single movie after this, where it's just like
Not
setting
that
up
much though.
him picking up stuff and like across universes and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the whole Marvel universe, I hate to say it, I think it's really screwed. I think the Marvels actually does. I saw the new trailer. Actually, it was like, okay, this looks okay. This looks all right. But
Yeah.
I think overall, I think like the Disney CEO from the sounds of it, he's screwed. He's like, I think he's trying to
Oh, yeah, Bob
sell
Iger.
Disney to
Oh yeah, I heard
Apple.
that.
I think I like I don't really have any faith in the rest of the MCU. What I do
Mm-hmm.
have faith in is the DCU with James Gunn. I have a
Yeah.
lot of faith in
Oh
what James
man.
Gunn's gonna do. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be awful." Have you guys seen Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't think it's gonna be conventional, but we
Yeah.
don't want conventional. We've had
Yeah.
conventional. We want something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I find really funny is that Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which first of all, Luca, that's an amazing movie. If you're gonna watch any movie
I
from
know,
Phase
I've
5,
heard.
also Black Panther Wakanda Forever was also very good.
I
But
But
never
Guardians of the
finished it.
So
Galaxy,
Black Panther 2 is so good.
yeah, it is. Um, but I find it really funny, and I completely understand why. But why? But how good a Marvel movie is has people excited for DC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like on paper, that's really funny. Um,
Exactly.
and the James Gunn universe. Now, the Flash movie, which I think we talked about it a bit last time, so I'm not gonna repeat too much. Oh, what happened? I can't remember if we did. Um, but something I find funny is that movie was such a bad failure box office wise. It made less money than the Green Lantern movie.
Really? That's so funny.
Yes, the
I
Green Lantern
Putting in
movie.
comparison, Oppenheimer and the Barbie movie, I believe, have made back their budget in less than 2 days.
That's so I mean, to be fair, I actually really like the Flash movie. I think it's a pretty by DC standards, it's pretty good. By overall comic book standards, it's all right. Um,
Yeah.
I think it the hype that they try to like the when they when they try to advertise it in that interview as this will make people forget that the goddamn actor did all the horrific crimes they did. Like when that was the marketing line, I was like, "Oh god."
Yeah, like
It's
they
like
said, this is the greatest superhero film of
yeah,
all
and
time.
when you set people up for that, and then you have like I don't know, let's say you have 10 friends. One of them is super hyped for it, goes to watch it, and it's like it's actually hella mid because their
Mm-hmm.
expectations were super high. No one's gonna watch it.
No, and
Yeah.
I love like the fact that like I don't know Henry Cavill. Yeah, we're never bringing back that guy. Fuck that guy. But Urza Miller, if the film gets a good box office, we might bring them back. We might bring them
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then it just doesn't.
back. Yeah.
Which,
yeah,
to be honest, the one positive from that movie doing bad is I think that that definitely means Ezra Miller's not coming back.
Yeah, I think they should
Which,
have just recast the whole like I genuinely think the DC like which I think they're already doing. I just don't think they've been doing a good job of explaining what's happening. I think
no,
they
they're
just
doing a
need to
really bad
reset
job.
everything. Like
Yeah.
everything.
No,
okay,
I agree.
okay, but can we keep George Clooney? I want to keep
No,
George
Yeah.
no,
Clooney.
no. Please no Clooney.
It
I don't
wa-
want bad
it was
nipples.
so funny because I when I was in Brighton and Stealth came down to Brighton, we were planning to see The Flash that day, and
Yeah.
I hadn't seen the new Spider-Man animated film. What's it? Into Across the Spider-Verse, sorry.
Yeah.
And I remember what happened was I didn't really want to see The Flash, but I was like, "Hey, have you seen the spoilers?" And Stealth was like, "Oh, tell me, because I don't care about spoilers." I just told him, "Hey, like, did you hear about what happens to Batman?" He's like, "What happens to Batman?" Like, he didn't say this is Batman. I'm like, "No, they replace him with George Clooney," and he dead ass like, "Do you want to see Spider-Man across the universe instead?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yes."
No, that actually happened.
Yep, yep. I mean,
Like,
you also made a
yeah.
better choice overall. Across the Spider-Verse is a much better film.
Yeah, it was very good.
It is.
But
It's the
you know
movie
what
of
was
the year.
horrible? I was very excited for the film. We finally get into the film, and next thing you know, Stealth just takes out his phone, puts in his earphones, and he watches like YouTube for like the first 20 minutes.
I've seen the
I
movie
know, but I was
before.
like, "What are you
That's
doing?"
hilarious.
I was like, "I'm trying to enjoy the film, and there's like this bright screen right next to me." And
You could have told me and
I
I
didn't
would
want
have
to be
turned it
rude.
off. It was fine. I was listening to something anyway.
That's
But
funny.
but yeah. Yeah, the Flash movie, it's just I'm glad it hasn't done well. It does suck because it had a pretty good cast. Like Michael Keaton was granted, I know they did a bunch of reshoots because he was supposed to be in the Batgirl movie before
Yeah,
that got canned.
and
Yeah.
Aquaman.
They, yeah, and they were gonna make a Batman Beyond movie with Keaton.
I really want to know what the original story of the Flash was, because like that to me sounds
Yeah.
interesting. Like, what would they have done if they kept Keaton in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Sasha, I don't know her last name, was gonna return as Supergirl, I imagine.
Mm.
she did
And
a
then we
good
all know what
job.
happened to the Batgirl film.
Yeah,
Essentially.
yeah, Madge.
Yeah.
But hey,
I
DC's got you going.
I
Sorry.
was gonna say I do wonder what happened with the other movie, and I just kind of want to see like I don't even want to see the script for it. I just kind of want to know what was the plan, because like the reshoots and like the change of this script, like the movie, even though it was in development for like what 6 years,
Yeah.
it was so rushed. The CGI
Yeah.
was horrific.
I
Uh-huh.
I was
It was
so
it was
surprised by
funny.
seeing some of it. Yeah, because like they started filming it back in like it felt like 2020 or 2019 when they started filming it. I
Yeah.
feels like.
Mm-hmm.
So how did they end up with it? Was the same with Black Widow, actually. I remember they kept postponing Black Widow, and then finally they're like, "Oh, we'll just release on Disney Plus." And then like the CGI in it is god awful. And I actually liked Black Widow, but I was like, the CGI is like this is before everyone knew Marvel for bad CGI. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you literally had like, I don't know, 2 years delay. You could have really just upped the CGI with all the time you guys had, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Which is why the
Um,
strikes are important, ladies and gents.
Exactly.
yes.
Pay your
Yes, go
writers,
support.
actors,
Pay
and your
your
CGI
writers.
artists better.
Yeah.
Really pay your VFX artists. They get paid shit and they get treated like shit. Pay everyone else too, but please. And look, if you're a movie studio person watching this, don't make VFX artists do everything. That's not cool.
And I
Yeah.
think
That's not
shout out
cool.
to the independent studios because they rock on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24. We
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're able to still
Um,
shoot films, which is great.
Yeah.
yeah. But aside from the Flash, DC also has Blue Beetle coming out. I think it's like next month. Blue Beetle's coming
I'm
out.
Yeah.
curious if it'll be postponed.
Loki?
Yeah.
It looks good.
I
Not gonna
no,
lie.
okay. Now the thing with Blue Beetle is it's had like no promotion, and it obviously can't really get promoted now because of the strike.
Yeah.
So a bunch of the fans have been promoting it themselves. So you know how there was a Spider-Verse burger?
Yeah.
They photoshopped a Blue Beetle burger.
That's funny.
Yeah. And I hope Blue Beetle is good because it has Miguel from Cobra Kai. I love Miguel from Cobra Kai, and
Yeah.
I think it genuinely looks good. And I think James Gunn has basically confirmed that at least he's gonna be in the new DC universe because that basically just means that there's no pre-existing DC characters in the movie.
Oh, that's
Um, which is good
yeah.
because it means he can return even if the movie's bad
Yeah.
Yeah.
or even if it's good. It won't be as confusing.
From what I've seen, like I hope the film does well, but I don't think it's gonna do well in the box office
Yeah,
with the
I agree.
advertising. I don't know. If to me, it feels like one of those cult classic type of films where the story might not be excellent. Like in terms of like, let's say it was a Christopher Nolan film, it'd be completely different. But I feel like it's one of those films that are fun, but maybe more for streaming. That's the vibe I got off it because it was originally a streaming film. So
Yeah, it
I
was.
hope it does well, but I feel like it's not gonna do well, which kinda sucks because studios I really don't like the big studios. Like, don't get me wrong, I want them to give me a few 100 million in the future to make films for them, but at the same time, they're all idiots, because they don't understand they misrepresent statistics wrong. So if, like, Blue Beetle, flops, they're gonna probably think, "Oh, well, it's a person of color. Let's not do any more person of color, like, superhero films. Clearly, there's not a market for it." When that's complete bullshit. You just have not, done any advertising or marketing for it, and you're clearly just stupid and you love burning money. Sorry,
Just-
that was a slight political rant against the.
You just reminded me
Your
of something
valid.
else. So do you guys remember how there was this old Supergirl movie?
Yes.
That movie did so bad that for 20 years we're like, you know what? Hey, clearly having a female lead in a movie is a bad idea.
Mm.
So for 20 years, you didn't really get a female-led superhero movie.
Yeah.
And then we got one. Do you know what that movie was?
Catwoman.
Captain Marvel.
Catwoman with Halle
Oh,
Berry.
Catwoman? Oh no.
Yes. And then in my head, we're like, oh, dang it, it's still not working. Clearly, we have to wait more time.
Yeah.
No, I think the movies are just bad.
Has
But-
there actually been a really good woman superhero film? Like I know Captain Marvel.
Wonder Woman.
Oh, Wonder
Woman.
Woman. True.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, the original Wonder Woman was pretty good.
I haven't seen the sequel to it.
I hear it's bad.
Yeah.
I hear it's bad.
But yeah, on the topic of DC, they also have you guys seen the casting for the new Superman movie?
I did. I'm very excited.
Yes.
I saw
So-
the animated Superman show. That looks pretty cool.
Oh, I've watched episode 1 of it. I haven't seen episode 2, but it looks so good. It looks so good. It's
Lois
got-
Lane is so pretty.
No,
I'm gonna
she
just
is.
come out and
She
say it.
is.
She's beautiful.
No, she is. She is. Look, we can all appreciate that. And if you haven't watched Superman, My Adventures in Superman, watch it just to see how pretty Lois Lane is.
Really?
But yeah, but in terms of a Superman movie, now granted, have you heard of a Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Luca?
A Marvelous Mrs. What?
Maisel, it's an Amazon Prime
It's a good
show.
show. I've been watching it recently after the
I've not.
announcement.
Yeah. So they have the star from Bat playing Lois Lane. And for Superman, they had the main internet fan cast for Superman play Superman.
Which one is that?
Henry
His
Cavill.
name is David. Yes, Henry Cavill. No, his name is David Corenswet. You won't really know many of his work, but he genuinely encapsulates Clark and Superman really
Oh my
well.
God.
But a really funny complaint that I heard was people being like, "Guys, why is he Superman? He looks too much like Henry Cavill." You guys know who Henry Cavill looks like?
Like
Superman?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this
Why
guy
would you
looks-
want someone who looks like
I
Superman?
was, to be honest, I was kind of hoping Dwayne Johnson would be announced as Superman.
No, he's Lex Luthor.
After Black Adam, you know, I was like, this man should play every superhero in the DC universe because he's so good.
Brian, I hate you. No, I'm joking.
Chill on him. Chill on him.
But in terms of what else they announced, it's rumored that Daniel Craig might be Lex Luthor.
I would not like that. I like Daniel Craig too much for him to do that.
Yeah. We have Nathan Fillion's playing Green Lantern.
That's gonna be
He's not-
interesting. I love Nathan Fillion. I'm like a
He's not-
massive Castle fan.
I see it.
He's not playing Hal Jordan, to be clear. He's playing Guy Gardner, who is the douchebag Green Lantern. He's the one with the ball cut. Because he's a frequent James Gunn alumni. They also have Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific. Another really funny thing about Superman casting is, so you guys know Nicholas Hoult.
Mm.
He plays Beast in the First Class trilogy of X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
He was the second choice for Superman in the new one.
Oh.
He was also the second choice for Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Oh, I actually, that would be kind of hype. Not gonna lie.
So he missed out on being Superman and Batman because he was the second candidate for each.
That
Yeah.
is so sad.
Like, please cast him as Lex Luthor. This is a villain story waiting to happen.
I like
Imagine.
Nick Paul. He's a very fine actor.
Nicholas Hoult is genuinely a great actor. But I have faith in DC because James Gunn is a great just filmmaker. Like, sure, not all of his movies are amazing, but he understands vision, and plus working closely-ish with Kevin Feige probably taught him a decent bit. And it can't get worse than what we've had before, right?
Hopefully not. I hope they cast Cillian Murphy. That would be pop.
I thought you were gonna say Killian O'Reilly,
No,
and then I was
Okay.
like,
I don't know what role I'd go for. To be honest,
just be an extra.
I'd be Robin. I'll be Robin.
Which Robin?
I don't know. The one that doesn't die. Holy smokes, Batman!
I'm pretty sure they've all died at some point.
Oh no, Batman! I've been shot. Ugh.
Oh God.
Yeah.
10 out of
That's
10 acting
actually
right there.
a fun question to ask. What would everybody's like dream role to play? That doesn't even
In
have to be Marvel or character, just like any character in media. What would be
Ooh,
your dream role
that's a
to
Ooh,
good
play?
question.
that isn't a good question.
I don't know. I'm trying to think
Mm,
because I love I have acted in the past, but I'm usually better at playing like goofy characters.
Uh-huh.
mhm,
Like I play, I a few years ago I played Gollum in my school play, but I kind
mhm,
of changed his whole arc. So I kind of like I put on the voice, but I put it like slightly more posh, and I like it wasn't a Lord of the Rings play. It was like kind of a parody of like Disney princesses, King Lear, and Game of Thrones. And I was like, I was kind of like a supporting actor instead of the main cast actor, but I like really took on the role where I sucked up to the king, and then I was like the secret villain by the end, and I was about to win the crown, and then I was killed.
mhm. Yeah.
My
Who would
precious.
I don't know who would I want to be? I guess the basic answer is I don't want to play Harry. I don't want to play Ned, but I want to play one of Spider-Man's friends
Hmm.
because I don't think I have the frame to play Spider-Man, and I don't want to play. And just ethnically speaking, I can't really play most Spider-Man aside from Spider-Man India. But I'm not Indian,
Hmm.
and there's not any Bengali comic book characters. Come on, Marvel and DC, make one, please,
Actually, I just thought of I
please.
just thought of a good character. I'd play I forgot his name from The Boys, Jack Quaid's character.
Oh, Huey from
Oh,
the
Huey.
Boys.
Yeah, I'd play Huey. I feel like I'd pull off a decent Huey.
I could see
that'd be
you as
fun.
Huey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. I'm gonna be Spider-Man.
Oh,
Hey, I mean, we can both be Spider-Man.
Yeah, we can share.
There-
We can be
which,
the
There's
which,
a
which like, are you guys gonna be Peter Parker Spider-Man, or are you gonna be like Spider-Man from another dimension?
like I'd probably have to be Pravita Prabhakar just this is the closest one to me.
I can, funnily enough, because I'm white passing, but I'm Latino. I can play either Peter or I can play Miguel. I think pretty well on both.
I'd be curious
Oh
to see a
no,
Miguel actually from you as an actor.
I know who
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like you
play.
could pull off a decent like young Miguel as live
I
action.
It could be
I
fun.
just thought of a Spider person I'm gonna play. I'm going to play Spider Ham
Uh,
because
uh-huh.
on Dun SMP, which is a Minecraft lore server I'm in, cheap plug again. I play I play a human who thinks he's a piglin, so I have experience being a pig. So cast me as Spider Ham, Marvel, Sony, whatever, Spider Ham right here, and it doesn't matter if I'm not white if I'm Spider Ham because I'm just a pig.
True.
Exactly. Yeah. Um. Yeah. No, that's a very interesting question, Luca.
Yeah.
But what else? I guess to add to that, is there any character that you want to see in like a movie that hasn't seen the light of day yet?
Um,
It can be just fictional or video game stuff or anything.
a character. Uh, a character that hasn't been adapted to a movie or something.
Yes, or a show.
Uh, I think this is not even because I would watch it. It's just my heart would be completed by it. Um, I used to be a huge Crash Bandicoot fan when I was growing up. It was my first
Oh,
video game of all
Crash.
time. I think
Yeah.
I think it would go buco crazy dollars if you put like a Netflix show of Crash Bandicoot.
And you get Chris Pratt to play Crash Bandicoot.
Exactly.
Actually, I know this might be slightly controversial. I think it'd be cool to have like a 2D Crash Bandicoot animated series. I feel like I don't know. I miss the old 2D shows like from
No, I
Oh yeah,
agree.
yeah. I meant it like that, either like a Sonic. What is it? Is the show Sonic Boom or like,
The current one is not it's not Sonic. The current one's not Sonic Boom.
I
I
know,
can't remember what it's called.
but there's one that's the current one that's like really good. It's really funny. If
Yeah.
it's animated in that style, I'm fine with it. If it's 2D animated so that you can like really go crazy with like Crash's expressions, I'm also fine with
Mm-hmm.
it. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I just want Crash on on a show.
That is completely fair. I guess to answer that for me, Well, you made me just think about it. For Legend of Zelda, if we ever get, I mean, I feel like we probably will, but I'd prefer a 2D style for whenever that movie or show happens.
Oh, I imagine like a Zelda anime or something.
Yes,
Oh,
a Studio Ghibli Zelda movie. You can't tell me that wouldn't be great.
it would go so hard.
Yeah. But in terms of characters, I guess, am I cheating if I say a version of Spider-Man?
I mean, if you have a specific version of Spider-Man, no.
Um, I just want Spider-Man to wear a bag so that he can be the bombastic bag man.
He
I
has
know
been
that's still Peter Parker, but still.
he has been
Oh wait,
adapted,
no.
sadly. He's
Oh
the
no, you're right.
Spider-Verse.
You're right. I forgot about that. 1 second. I'm just looking at my wall of Funko Pops.
What
Um,
about you, Riley?
Oh, is this a character that hasn't been screened yet?
Yeah,
yeah.
basically.
I'm gonna. I'd be interested in playing Steve from Minecraft.
I mean, they are making a Minecraft movie.
Yeah, I know, but they
That
have
is
made it.
true.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it flops, or they don't not flops. I hope it doesn't happen because I still really want to make a Minecraft movie. I have a lot done. I would love to make the Minecraft movie. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I've already become a Minecraft esports judge. Never thought that would have happened. So why not put,
Cheap
Minecraft
plug.
movie ambitions in? Like I've literally
Yeah.
like written a bit of a story down for a feature script and like tree films and like I've sort of like how I want to present it, like live action and animated and like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is funny.
You.
I just searched up the Minecraft movie to see like when they said it was gonna release. And there's an article that says that hundreds of locals out of work as Jason Momoa's Hollywood blockbuster Minecraft shuts down.
Yeah.
uh, the Minecraft movie's supposed to come on the same day that Fast X Part 2 comes out, and both movies star Jason Momoa,
Yeah.
That is true.
and
I
they're gonna
I don't
make
think it's
$1
gonna be
million.
any good.
I don't think
I'll
it'll be
be
good.
honest from the looks of it.
I
Yeah.
just hope it's really bad or like okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pipe dream to hope it's really good, but if it's really
Yeah.
bad, it would be really funny.
We said that's where it's
Yeah.
perfect because like I think it's actually really easy to make these films good. It's just like what I would do personally is I would make the film not targeted for kids. I would do
Yeah.
it. I'd do it like the same way, Spider Verse, where kids could watch it and adults could watch it and teenagers could watch it. I would
Like the
do some.
Mario movie.
Pardon?
Like the Mario movie too.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Mario movie. The Mario movie felt more directed towards kids, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's
It's
just me.
it is a little bit
Yeah.
more kids directed, especially more kids directed than Spider-Verse, but it's still very fun. I went to watch it
Oh
with a
yeah,
group
I
of
really want
friends.
to
If
see
you
it
don't take it
too.
serious, it's fun.
For me, I'd like what I would love to do is kind of like take vibes from the way Spider Verse was made, and I would like also like to take vibes away from like the Narnia films and Lord of the Rings. I
Mhm.
think you could make like a really cool film out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a flashback.
Oh,
You gave me like a you unlocked a core memory when you mentioned the Narnia films.
Yeah, actually, speaking of Narnia, the director and writer of the Barbie film is going to be making the new Narnia films now.
oh yeah, I heard
Ooh.
about that.
Yeah, I'm excited. She's a very talented director.
See, I know she's a really talented director, but my first hearing of Greta Gerwig was from that really bad spin-off of How I Met Your Mother,
Yes, it
called
was
How
How
I
I
Met
Met
Your
Your
Dad.
Dad. Yeah.
Yeah, which is really dumb because, granted, I only had the pilot, but in the first episode, you find out who the dad is.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
I mean, it didn't see the light of day because it was horrible. Not to be confused with How I Met Your Father, which is just okay, in my opinion. Um, but in terms of a character I want to see, I'm gonna say Edward Kenway from Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh, that
Ooh.
would be cool.
Just yeah, because I know we've had the Assassin's Creed movie. That movie sucks.
Yeah.
Video
I
game
know we're
movies
gonna.
have tended to suck, I find. And I'm like, how can you make a movie that sucks? Like, maybe they should be made into TV shows like The Last of Us.
Well, I
It's
think the problem is they mostly have people who don't even like the source material working on it,
yeah.
like the Halo show.
Yeah.
And also a lot of like you know, playing, for example, Halo or a Call of Duty campaign or something, a lot of the magic of why it's good, it's because you are in that setting,
Yeah,
which you can't really get anywhere else, right?
that's true.
which is why, like, Uncharted, even though it was kind of a mid movie, it was
Hmm.
still like okay. I enjoyed it. It was definitely, I would say, I would rank it equally as enjoyable as the Flash movie in my eyes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
it
Yeah.
wasn't great. I was really just I because I was a massive Uncharted fan as a kid.
Hmm.
I was very disappointed in it. Like I bought a PS Vita just to play Uncharted Golden Abyss when I was a kid.
Hmm.
but yeah, and then
Uh,
like the Last of Us show was incredible, but
Mm,
that's because the Last of Us is a story-based game, right? Like
yeah.
it's
yeah.
all about the story and the characters. When you
Art the
strip it
fuck
off the
of.
gameplay, it's still a phenomenal story. So
Yeah.
Which this is why I think the Minecraft movie could work because it's like there's almost no story. So it's kind of like that's kind of cool in the sense you can make a story out of anything, but you have to do it
yeah,
the right way, I think.
yeah,
Yeah. I was thinking. So no, I have not seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie, but I would see it being similar to the Dungeons and Dragons movie, where it's
Yeah.
sort of like its own Minecraft campaign-ish thing.
Yeah.
Um,
that could be
rather
fun.
than being just because you can't just do a simple Minecraft story.
Now, all I'll say is I included Herobrine as the main villain of the three-part film series.
Okay.
You could do that. You could like they could eventually do that on the actual Minecraft movie, right? The first one
Yeah,
starts with like the Ender Dragon or whatever.
yeah,
Second one is
Yeah.
the Myth of the Wither, and then the third one is like Herobrine or something. Like you
yeah.
could
Hmm.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Like what my idea was for the first film to open it up. My idea is kind of like there's the real world that we're living in, and then there's the Minecraft world. And my idea is there's kind of like villagers that have guarded the end portal because and there's like the Ender Dragon disappeared whatever decades ago, and those that go into the end portal and then go into the deep abyss end up in the real world. So they're trying to like protect any enemies from getting in. And then anyway, the enemies all get into the village and Alex sneaks into the portal and breaks the portal and escapes to the real world. And the idea is that she comes back with Steve, who's like obviously from the real world, never been to Minecraft. My idea is kind of like an adventure around where they try to stop the evil, like the zombie skeletons, whatever, whoever the villain is. Because I wouldn't reveal Herobrine. He'd be a post credit scene. I've already
Oh
thought
no,
about this.
definitely.
Set up the
Yeah.
Minecraft Cinematic Universe, the
Yes.
MCU.
The good
Yeah.
MCU.
Real.
Wow. I mean, yeah, no, definitely.
Question.
Mm,
Do we
Yes.
know,
Sure.
like, do you guys know what an isekai is?
no.
Yeah, it's an anime where the character's taken to a different. Oh, you want a Minecraft isekai?
That was my question. Do we know if the Minecraft movie is an isekai? Is Jason Momoa getting isekai'd into Minecraft?
All we know is it's live action and it stars Jason Momoa.
Oh, it's
But if
live
it's a
action.
Jason Momoa isekai, then I wouldn't mind that.
It would be really funny.
I think it's
That
gonna
would
be
be
so
funny.
mid. I really feel like it's gonna be like the Uncharted films, and that's gonna kill me because I really have high
Probably.
hopes for it.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, we'll see. All right, how long? Oh, damn! This is already the longest
Yeah,
episode of a
I was gonna
podcast.
say, do you want to wrap up soon? I have like,
We prob we probably should.
yeah,
You know what? Look, I think we're just gonna have to have you back on.
yeah,
That would be sick. I loved it. I had a fun time.
Cool. So, Luca, do you want to promote anything whilst we close up here?
I guess I'll just touch the basics, right? Luca20
Yes.
on YouTube, Luca27708 on everywhere else. Um, watch my if you like gotcha games, I do stuff on YouTube. I'm working on a review for a third-person shooter gotcha game, which is actually really fun.
oh, awesome.
Cool. Exciting.
Um, but yeah, and aside from that, the only other thing I gotta promote is you better be there for Blue Beetle. We gotta rep the Latinos. Come on,
Yes,
Well, watch Blue Beetle. Watch Blue Beetle. Come
watch
on.
Blue Beetle
Watch Blue Beetle. Yeah. Um. But yeah, also follow Luca Tony's Twitch because I'm sure he'll stream eventually.
one day.
Again, I mean, you're just busy now, and that's completely fine because,
Yeah.
like, it's really hard. Right. No, we're talking about in a future episode, just balancing life and content creation.
Mm,
Oh,
We'll have
yeah.
Luca on for that.
yes, yes.
Man, I still
Yeah,
haven't figured it out, so I'll let you know.
exactly. Don't worry. Yeah, go follow him on Twitch. Go follow him on YouTube. Go follow him on Twitter. I don't know if he has Instagram threads, but go follow him if he does.
I do, but I
Oh,
barely use it. I just post every now and again.
same. But yeah, Luca, it was a pleasure having you,
Thank you
and
for coming on.
you're officially the best guest you've had.
Yeah.
Let's go. It was a pleasure being here. I always have a lot of
Thank
fun
you.
talking to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, hey, we'll have you on again.
You-
And as for the rest of our stuff to plug, follow me on twitter.com/StealthHawkDude, twitch.tv/StealthHawkDude. I don't make stuff on YouTube yet, so I'm not gonna plug that, but I will be doing soon.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's to do with Minecraft stuff. Follow the Done SMP stuff. There's like a Twitter for that. I'll post that. Follow Killian O'Reilly. No, it's Killer O'Reilly on Twitter, right?
Yeah, but I don't. No one needs to follow me. I hate social media, so don't follow me.
Oh, you know what's really funny? We were supposed to talk about social media
Yeah.
today.
That's a time for another story. I hate social media.
Incredibly based of you to become a million TikTok follower account to I hate social media.
Yeah,
The
I'm
pipeline is
I'm
real.
still waiting for the day to delete the TikTok account. I've been like actively planning to delete it for a long
Oh
time.
man. That's what we do on the
Uh,
next episode you guys join
Egg-
me on. We delete
yeah,
Riley's
you
account.
delete a TikTok account with over 1 million followers.
but yeah, go check out Riley's stuff. Go check out Lucas' stuff. Go check out my stuff. I really hope I remember to put the stuff in the description. And yeah, so now I just have to think of a really inconvenient time to end the recording. I can't just do it now because I mentioned I'm doing that.
Mm.
So,
Well, it could be
So
at any
Luca,
point right now.
what about the OnlyFans?